Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to see Maharashtra State Board Class 8 Science Chapter number 16 Reflection of Light. In a simple words, when we talk about the light is a form of energy and the main source of the light for the earth is nothing but the sun. In this particular chapter, we are going to talk about some phenomena related with the light, and majorly we will discuss about the reflection of light. When we talk about the reflection of a light, then the simple concept for the reflection of a light, what we have is when light rays fall on the object, their direction changes and they turn back. This is called the reflection of light. Simply, when we talk about this particular phenomena, this phenomena says that if a light falls on a particular object, then after striking to that particular object, light changes its path. Because generally, when we talk about the light always travels in a straight line. But if there is a particular object, if there is an object kept, suppose this is a particular object and this is a surface on which the light ray is falling. Suppose this light ray falls on this, then the light ray will change its direction. It will go in some other direction. So this is nothing but what is called as a reflection of light. The light always travels in a straight line, but when it strikes a particular object, then it changes its path. And that phenomena of a light is called as the reflection of light. If I want to talk about more about this particular section or this particular topic, like a reflection of a light, a little more, with us one example of our day-to-day life when we talk about. And in a childhood, every child is playing with this kind of a thing. Like if you have a torch in your hand, or a small child is having a torch in a hand, then what they are doing? They are glowing that torch and facing it towards the mirror. And after striking that mirror, that light which is coming from the torch, and after striking on the mirror, it goes in other direction, and the spot we are getting on the some other side or the other space or the other side of the wall. And why this is happening is just because of a one phenomena which is shown by the light and which we call as the reflection of light. The further when we talk about the reflection of a light, so to explain this particular phenomena, we have this particular diagram which we call as a reflection of light. Now this reflection of a light, first we will understand about this and then we will talk about what the laws we have related with this particular section. So this is nothing but what the flat surface we have, or any surface we can talk about, on which the light is falling. And this red color is nothing but your incident ray. And it's falling on a particular point. Let's call that point as a O. At that particular point O, we have to draw the normal. Normal means perpendicular. This normal means perpendicular. This is nothing but the perpendicular. And the incident ray means that the light in which direction is falling on the particular surface, that and the normal. These two are making a certain angle. And that angle is called as angle I. It's called as angle I, which represent angle of incidence. Angle of incidence, in a simple way, if I want to talk about, it is the angle between the normal and the incident ray. Always keep in mind, because students are making a mistake. What they are doing, they are taking the angle between the surface and incident, means they are taking this one, but this is totally wrong. The correct one is the angle between normal and incident ray. This is called as angle of incidence. Now, after striking that particular surface, after striking on the particular surface, here light changes its path, because generally what was expected in this case, light should go this way, but it's not going in this way. It's changing its path and going in the some other direction. So this phenomenon is called as a reflection of light. You can see over here, this was expected, but this is not happening, and the light ray is going in some other direction. So this other direction what we have, or this ray, is called as the reflected ray, which is after the reflection. So after the reflection, light goes in some other direction, and that ray we represent as the reflected ray. And same way, like angle of incidence, same way here also, the angle between reflected ray and normal is called as angle of reflection, and it represented by the small letter r. And the point where the light is falling, that's called as the point of incidence. So this is about the reflection of light, the concept. And in the cases, we have I is equal to R. Angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. Further thing is, we have a certain laws of reflection. Laws of reflection we have in this case. What are the laws of reflection? Let's see that. There are 3 laws of reflection. These are as given below. The first one, the angle of reflection is equal to the angle of incidence, which already I told you, I is equal to R. So angle of reflection is equal to angle of incidence, or angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. Second one, they are saying the incident ray, reflected ray, and the normal lie in the same plane. So in a maths already you have studied about the plane. So what it says that all the 3 lies in a same plane. It's but obvious, then only the reflection will take place. The third one is the incident ray and the reflected ray are on the opposite sides of the normal. They are opposite sides of the normal. See, this is the normal at the center. The one is on this side, the one is on the other side. So it's pretty obvious that angle of incident and the angle of reflection, or the incident ray or the reflected ray, they will be opposite to each other, or they will be on the either side of the normal. Now, here comes your first activity for this particular chapter, which you have to complete. Activity number 1 is you have to draw this diagram, that is reflection of light, and while drawing, take care that angle I should be equal to angle R. You can use your protractor to draw this particular diagram. And along with this 3 laws of reflection you have to write. Okay, so this is your activity number 1. Draw the reflection of a light diagram and write the 3 laws of reflection. So this is your activity number 1. Let's go ahead. The further is, they have given one activity, is a simple way you can complete this activity, because it's a simple task. You have to place the mirror, then the pins, you have to observe from the other side, and then you have to draw the diagrams for it. Let's go ahead. The further is regular surface or the smooth surface and the rough surface. You might have came across that some of the mirrors, they are very smooth surfaced and they give the very clear picture, but there are the certain mirrors which is not clear, or in which we are getting the blurred images. And that blurred images, why we are getting that blurred images? Because of the irregular surface or the rough surface. So before that, let's see the smooth surface. What happens in the smooth surface? When we have the smooth surface, you can see incident rays, they are parallel to each other, and even the reflected rays, they are parallel to each other. So this gives a clear picture or the clear image formation. Whereas when we talk about the rough surfaces, you can see in the rough surfaces what exactly is happening. Incident rays are parallel in this case. Incident rays, these three rays are parallel to each other. But when their reflection comes, you can see this ray, this and this one. All the three are going in a different direction. It's just because of the different surface angles. So they are not a smooth surface. So reflected rays are not parallel. And that's why the image what they are forming is not clear. So this is about the smooth surface and the rough surface, what exactly is happening in this case. The next one is a reflection of reflected light. In this case, the one what we have is a kaleidoscope. Kaleidoscope is nothing but an instrument which is used to form the different luminous surfaces or the different luminous objects we are using in a tube-like structure in which we are placing the mirrors, and in that it's forming the various different structures. We can see over here the images. In the saloon, there are the mirrors in your front and the back. In the saloons, when we are talking about in the salons, we have a front mirror and the back mirror, and you can see your head in a multiple ways, the one behind the other images we are getting. And that is because of the two mirrors which are facing each other and they are placed at a certain angle so as to produce a multiple images. Further, when we talk about the one more use of this, that is the periscope. This periscope, when we talk about, is very important device. What actually we are having, I'll just want to show you with this particular picture itself what exactly is happening. It's very a useful device, especially for the armed forces and even in the submarines. When we talk about this, you can see over here, there from here the light enters inside, or the incident ray. It strikes on the first mirror and then it's get reflected in the other direction. Then it strikes on the second mirror and it goes out, and we can visualize this. We can visualize the things which is at a upper distance. And that too, suppose here if we have a mountain, so without going at this particular height, a person can observe from the bottom side also by hiding himself. So this particular is very useful in the case of the defense in the armed forces. It's very useful. Without coming in a visual area of the enemies, we can see what the enemies are doing on the other side, because the person can hide behind this mountain or the hill area and they can observe on the other side what's actually is going on. Now on the further side, on the other side, when we talk about is in a submarines also, as we know about the submarines, they are underwater. So how to observe what is going on the surface of the water? So to observe that, a periscope is one best instrument. You can see over here, if I want to talk about this, then from here the light ray can enter into the periscope. Then from here the light ray will go inside, and here someone who is sitting, that particular person can observe what exactly is going on over here at the upper surface. So this is what the use of a periscope we have. So here comes your activity number 2. You have to make periscope. You have to make periscope, and the photo of that, yours photo along with this periscope what you are making, you have to post to me. So make your periscope, make a use of it, and see it's really working. Only what the care you have to take is, now the care, what the care you have to take while making, you have to take a care that mirror number 1 and mirror number 2, this both should be parallel to each other. Mathematically they should be parallel to each other. On the other way, you have to place it at a 45-degree angle. If you will make it like this angle should be 45 degree in both the cases. Here also this angle should be 45 degree. So in both the cases the angle should be 45 degree. So this is all about your chapter. So we will finish it off with this. 2 activities are given to you. The one at the mid of the chapter explanation, and one is here. So these 2 activities you have to complete, and with this we wrap up with this video.